If this Raphael figure looks a little bit off to you, it's because he's holding a little secret. That's right, this giant turtle is actually a mini playset from the Turtle in a Turtle series. I've got the blueprints here and it looks like I'm only missing one little piece. It's the Cowabunga Cranial Cannon, and I think they probably should have just stuck with C for that alliteration. The instructions tell us to trans-pizzify Raphael by flipping down the front and back parts of his shell. Then clip in this little ladder on the back. Next we clip in the pizza-powered disc launcher, and you know we gotta test this thing out. Stick the pie on top and give it a fling. Flip down this secret slide for emergency pizza deliveries, and one of my favorite pieces, this shredder practice dummy. That is pretty wild. Next we have the sewer slide that goes right above that ooze cesspool. Lovely. Next we flip open the top to install the Ninja escape cable. Looking a little loose, but it is 20 years old. And next we have that sewer lid shield, which can kinda cover that cesspool, and then pop in one of those sides for an extra surprise ending. With the Super Bowl right around the corner, I thought there was no better time to come up with the most memorable footballs from our childhood. I know none of these made me a great athlete, but hey, maybe Patrick Mahomes had one. First up is the classic Nerf football. This thing was made of kind of a foam and came in all sorts of different colors. Some of them had swirls, some of them had 2 different colors, some even had these screamers built in. The only real drawback to these is they all ended up looking like this eventually, and most of them had a big old bite taken out of them. Next up was one of the classic gross-out toys of the 80s, the Touchdown Terror Madball Football. This line even had comic books where they helped save the Garbage Pail Kids. I don't remember that, but I definitely remember this football. It had so many gross little details, but it was basically as hard as a real football, so it kinda hurt to catch. Last but not least is the weirdest addition to this list, in my opinion. This one came out of the TMNT Sewer Sports Ball series, and it's the Sewer Sports Football. This turtle touchdown torpedo is so awkward to hold, and no matter how much you air it up, it just always seems like it's flat. But this one seems pretty beat up, so I'm sure someone got a kick out of it. One of these things is not like the others. I got these painted minis from Five Below a couple months back, and the only problem is there was no Donatello. So when this new bucket of minifigures came out, I knew I had to fix that problem. I don't think I'm quite ready for all the little details that this thing has, but we're going to give it a try. My goal was to leave the skin untouched and start with the deepest areas first, so I got the front shell going. Then while that dried, switched over to the bow. The back shell wasn't too tricky, but when I compared it to the other figures, the shade was totally off, so I did have to redo that one. Next came the signature purple, and you might notice I left the wristbands blank, just so they could match the other 3 figures I already had. Went in with black for the belt and headphones, and the gray fanny pack, but then came those eyes and glasses. The originals look super smooth, and I did my best, but it's not perfect. I cleaned them up a bit, added the glasses and cell phone, and I think that's just about it. Here he is lined up with the other 3 brothers, and I think he fits in pretty good. Now these teeny tiny turtles are totally ready to take on Super Duper Fly.